Okay, so we're asked for the scale factor of TUNE to T prime, U prime, N prime, E prime. Which is small and which is big? Well, here we have small to big. Going from smaller to bigger means we want our scale factor to be greater than 1 because we're scaling it up, making it bigger. So what we need is two corresponding sides. 16 corresponds to an unknown side. Side UN also corresponds to, well, side U prime N prime is known, but not side UN. But here we have a corresponding side where we are given both numbers. And since we're going from a smaller shape to a bigger shape, we want a scale factor of more than 1. So I'm going to put the bigger number over the smaller number. And then I'm going to simplify this fraction by realizing that 7 goes into both of these numbers. 7 goes into 35 5 times. 7 goes into 28 4 times. So I have 5 over 4 as my scale factor. Now I'm asked to find side UN. So the information that I have now, the known side is on the big shape, and my unknown is on the smaller shape. So now I'm going from big to small. I want to take my number that's on the big shape and multiply it by a scale factor that's going to make it smaller. So a minute ago we found the scale factor of small to big, TUNE to T prime, U prime, N prime, E prime. Now we're going from big to small. So the scale factor from small to big we found out was 5/4. So to go the other direction from big to small, we need to say we'll multiply 15 by 4/5. And I can see that 15 and 5 can be simplified to 3 and 1. So I have 3 times 4 over 1, giving me 12, so that my unknown side is 12 units long. And I can just check whether that makes sense. This is the bigger shape, this side is longer. Yes, this is the smaller shape, and that side is shorter. You try one. We're given that TUNE is similar to T prime, U prime, N prime, E prime. So go ahead and find T prime, U prime. Let's do another example. Two similar polygons are shown. We're asked to find the values of x, y, and z. Well, clearly this angle in the smaller polygon is congruent to this angle in the larger polygon because the two angles are superimposed for us. Also, we're given this right angle and this right angle, which can lead us to assume that the polygons are corresponding, the vertices are corresponding in the order that they're shown here. So for example, if this is vertex A and this is B, then this would be B prime, the corresponding vertex. So we're asked to find x, y, and z. Our first job is to find the scale factor. Since we're going from a known to an unknown, we know that we're going from big to small. So we want a scale factor of less than 1. Okay, are there any corresponding sides that we know? Well, we're given that this portion here is 10 units long, and this portion here from B to B prime is 14 units long. So we can add them up and discover that this entire side of the big polygon is 24 units. So now we do have a smaller side and a corresponding big side from A to B prime. So our scale factor of less than 1 would be the size of the smaller side over the size of the bigger side, 10 over 24, which we can simplify to be 5/12. Now we're asked to find the value of x, y, and z. So x, the side x, corresponds to the side that's marked 15 units. So to find x, we would take our big side and multiply it by our scale factor of 5/12. And we should come out with a smaller answer. Here I can simplify by dividing by 3. This becomes a 5, that becomes a 4. So I have 25 over 4. And in this case, it's fine to just leave that as an improper fraction. Now I want to find the value of y. Y is the side that corresponds to 16. So I take my 16, my bigger number, and I multiply it by my shrinking factor. I'll call it a shrinking factor in this case because it's making this number smaller, 5/12. Okay, I can simplify this by dividing 16 by 4. 12 divided by 4 is 3. So I'm left with 4 times 5, 20 over 3. And again, I'm going to leave that as an improper fraction. Finally, to find the value of z, I'm going from big to small. So I'm going to take my big side, which is 12, and multiply it by my scale factor of 5/12. And this is going to come out really nicely because my 12s just end up canceling, and I find that z is equal to 5 units. You try. 2 similar polygons are shown. Assume that the angles that look like they correspond do correspond. So we have this red angle and this red angle are congruent. The green angle is congruent to the green angle. The acute angle, make 3 slash marks, is congruent to this acute angle, and the obtuse angle is congruent to the obtuse angle. Find x, y, and z. For further practice, see page 250 and 251 of your book, numbers 3 to 21 odd, and numbers 25 and 27.